Myself, Dr. M.L.N. Acharyalu, Professor in Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, St. Peter's Engineering College. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on network topology. This is the second lecture already. First lecture is completed in previous session. Now we are going to talk about the points in this session. So there is the definitions of the preliminary things like a graph, tree, the basic cut set, tie set, matrices for the planar networks, loop method of analysis using a graph theory, nodal method of analysis using a graph theory, and duality and the dual networks. So these topics we are going to cover in this session. So basically we required what is the network topology and why we need to take network topology and where it should be used. So this is the basic idea of the network topology. So in this connection, just what is a graph actually? So the basic terminology is just you take a graph. There is a network graph is simply called as a graph. It consists of a set of nodes connected by branches. So here generally you used to take in graphs what is the network topology. So here network topology is arrangement of various elements like links, nodes, and branches like that, etc. And of electrical network such that there is no distinction between different types of physical elements of a network. So instead of this study is based on a geometrical pattern of a network. So here generally used to take in graphs, a node is a common point of two or more branches, and sometimes say only a single branch may connect it to the node, and a branch is a line segment that connects the two nodes. So here just you observe that in this slide a network topology is arrangement of various elements like links, nodes, branches and all, etc. So of electrical network such that there is no distinction between the different types of physical elements of a network. What is a physical element of network? Generally used to take RLC, we used to take, that is the elements in the network. Instead of this study is based on a geometric pattern of network. You have to eliminate that the whatever the elements is there, the straight away you have to take a geometric pattern of a network. That is a network topology. So here any electric circuit or a network can be converted into its equivalent graph by replacing the passive elements and the voltage sources with a short circuit and the current sources with the open circuits. So this is the topology, right? Now why we need to learn network topology? What is the reason? So when a circuit is a non-planar or complicated with a large number of nodes and the closed paths, then conventional methods like Kirchhoff's current law and Kirchhoff's voltage law, like a nodal analysis and mesh analysis, etc., becomes highly difficult to analyze the things and all. For that, such type of analysis will be easily soluble by using of the convenient using a network topology. So this is the basic need for this network topology. You have to analyze the very complicated circuits which are not solved by using of the KCL, KVL, nodal and mesh analysis. The very complicated circuits is there. That circuit should be analyzed by using of this network topologies. That's why we are going to take this network topology. So that is the reason. And where do we apply network topologies? So this is a question mark actually. So the network topology is used to analyze the voltage and current across the various branches of electric circuits, the more particularly complicated circuits, right? Generally used to take if the current source is there, that is you say that the short and you say open voltage source is open like that. So this is the main basic of the network topology. So here the basic definitions in the network topology, what are the elements we need to know? That is the node, essential node, and the branch, loop, mesh and graph. These elements are the essential components in the network topology. What is a node? Already you know that. So this is the junction point, which is called the node. So if you're coming to this circuit, it is a terminology illustrating here. The circuit is there. What are the nodes here? A, B, H, C, and E, G, F, J. These all are the nodes, right? So therefore, this is a generalizing circuit to identify what is the node, what is the voltage source, what is the current source, what is the elements, what is the current directions. Everything should be observed from here. The branches, how many branches is there? So here I1 current flows through this. This is a branch, this is a branch, this is a branch. I6 is a branch, I4 is a branch through how the current flows through it. This is the I4, which is called a branch, one of the branch, which is having the resistance of R6. And similarly, R4, it is also one branch. So totally how many branches we have? How many current, how many ways of currents will flow through it? This is all the branches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 branches is there. And how many voltage sources is there? 2 voltage sources is there. And 1 current source is there, like this. This is the illustrated terminology used in the network topology. Now, what is a node actually? What is the definition of the node? So, according to that above figure, we used to take a node is a point in a circuit where the 2 or more circuit elements join. The number of branches incident to that node is a degree of its node. So, according to our network, so how many nodes is there? Already I told A, B, H and E, C, F, G, J. These all are the nodes. So, you have to identify that how many nodes is there here? A, B, C, D, E, F and G nodes, 6 nodes will be there. So, essential node. What is the essential node? A node that joins 3 or more elements is called the essential nodes. You say that the essential nodes in this figure, the B, C, E and G, essential nodes. You observe that in the figure, 3 or more branches should be connected at one place. How many is there? B is there, E is there, G is there, right? And what is the, these 4 are the essential nodes, right? This is called a junction point. Now, branch, a single path containing a one circuit element that connects one node to other and is represented by a solid line. These the number of present in this branches are 10 generally. A single path containing one circuit element that connects one node to other and is represented by a solid line, which is indicated here, and the 10 branches is there here in this figure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. 10 branches is there. How we are indicating here? Voltage 1, resistance R1, R2, R3, voltage 2. That is a say branch. R4, R5, R6, R7 and I. Just to observe that V1, V2, R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, R6 and again here R7 and I. These all are the branches. Totally we have the 10 branches. How many loops is there? A loop is a closed path. What is the loop actually? It starts at a selected node that traces a set of connected basic circuit elements and returns to the original starting node without passing through the any intermediate node more than once. That means according to this, just you have to observe that how many loops is there in this given network is generally used to take the near how many loops, just you have to observe here. The 11 loops will come generally. So how we are going to take A, B, H, I, K, J, G, F, C, A. Just to observe A, B, H, I, K, J, G, F, C, A. This is a full closed loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and here 9, 10, 11 loops will come. So therefore, it is given here the 11 number of loops presented in the given graph is 11. Here identified in this table. And the mesh, how many meshes is there? A mesh is a special type of a loop which does not contain any other loops within it. That is called the mesh. A little bit difference, the loop is a closed path, but it should be stopped at one selected node and traces a set of connected basic circuit elements and return to the original starting node without passing throughout any intermediate node more than once. That is called the loop. But you say mesh is a special type of a loop which does not contain any other loops within it. You say that in the figure, used to take the four meshes is there, A, B, E, D, C, A. This is the A, B, D, C, E, A. This is the A, B, E, D, C, A. This is the one mesh. Another mesh C, D, E, G, F, C. This is another mesh. Another mesh B, H, J, G, E, B. Another mesh H, I, K, J, H. Totally we have the four meshes is there. It should not be overlapping any loop in it. That is called the mesh. And now the graph. A graph corresponding to a given network is obtained by replacing all circuit elements with the lines. So this is called the graph. For a given network, you say that the graph will be remodified by eliminating all the elements. So now the basic definitions are associated with the graph. What are the basic definitions we need to take which will be associated with the graph is the graph and oriented graph, the rank of graph, and the planar and non-planar graph, path, subgraph, tree and twigs, the co-tree and links. Co-tree, link or chord, both are same, there is no difference. So co-tree and the links. What is the graph? Just you have to go through this. This is a graph is a graph is a corresponding to a given network is obtained by replacing all circuit elements with lines. That is called the graph. Whatever in a network circuit have a lot of elements, RLC circuits is there, RLC elements, resistances is there, inductance is there, capacitance, whatever it may be, and the voltage source and current sources will be there. That should be eliminated and you draw a particular line. Okay, that is the graph. The rank of graph. If there are n nodes in a graph, then the rank of the graph is n minus 1. That means, for example, if they are going to give somewhat network have a 6 nodes is there. What is the rank of the graph? 6 minus 1, the 5. That means number of nodes minus 1 is the rank of the graph. What is the oriented graph? If each of the line or branch of a graph has a reference direction as indicated by an arrow mark, then the resultant graph is called the oriented or the directed graph. That means generally used to take graph means there is no need of any direction of flow and all which they may not be indicated there. But the oriented graph means how the flow is there, in which direction it may be go. That is indicated through on the line. So that is the arrow marks will be indicated. So that is called the oriented graph. Once again I will reveal this. If each of the line or a branch of the graph has a reference direction as indicated by an arrow mark, then the resultant graph is called oriented or the direct graph. Okay. So that is the main difference between the graph and oriented graph. Graph means there is no need of any indications, the flow indications not required for the graph, but oriented graph it is must need to require the direction of the flow. So next steps for drawing the oriented graph. How we are going to draw the oriented graph? Replace all the resistances, inductance and capacitance by line segments, already I told, and replace the voltage source by shorting and the current source by open circuited. And third point is assume the directions of the branch currents, and name all the nodes in the branches. So this is these 4 steps we need to take for drawing a oriented graph. Already know that the difference between the graph and oriented graph. What is the graph? Graph means there is no need of any flow directions. But here oriented graph, it requires the arrow marks, I mean the flow of the direction. So that is the main difference between them. These 4 steps we need to take. What is the first step? Replace all the resistors, inductors and capacitors by line segments. And whatever the sources is there, either voltage or current, if it is a voltage sources is available in that should be short circuited, and the current sources will be open circuited. And assuming the direction of the branch currents, and they name all the nodes and branches. This is the steps involving in a drawing of oriented graph. Now, this is the examples. How? What is the circuit? What is the graph? What is the direct graph? Whatever I taught just now, that should be indicated in graphical representation. So you used to take the first graph represents that this is the electric network. What are the components in this electric network? We have to take the resistance, inductance, capacitance and voltage source like that. And if you are coming to that, that should be converted to a graph. How the conversion of the graph? The graph should be converting from the circuit. Whatever the elements inside the circuit, RLC should be replaced. And here the voltage source is there, this should be short, and you have to draw the lines. This is called a graph. If you observe in the network, it have the current directions actually. How the current flows through it, already it is given in the circuit. But if you want to draw only a general graph, then no need of any graph, any direction of the flow, I mean current or whatever it may be. So here, if you want to oriented graph or a directed graph, you need to put all the directions, you have to indicate on the graph. That is called the direct graph. The 3 topologies equivalent graphs is equivalent of the given graph above second one. So this is the equivalent graph which is indicated here and here and here like this. In the 3 ways you have to indicate the equivalent of graphs of figure 2. And now used to take, this is the circuit. A circuit is there, whatever the components in the circuit, the voltage source, current source, resistance, inductance, capacitance like this. And B indicates that the graph, and it is C indicates that the oriented graph. B and C both are oriented graphs, are direct graphs, because here it indicates the flow of current direction, and the arrow marks is there on the lines. So therefore this is called the oriented graphs. Now I hope that you may understand this, how the network circuit, I mean the circuit should be changed to the graph and it should be changed to the direct graph. This is the way. And now we are coming to talk about the planar and the non-planar graphs. What is the planar, what is the non-planar graphs? This is also a very interesting one. So here a graph drawn on a 2-dimensional plane is said to be planar if the 2 branches do not intersect or cross at a point which is other than a node. This is called the planar graph. That means what actually? It is a 2-dimensional plane is said to be a planar if the 2 branches do not intersect or cross at a point which other than a node, except at the place of node it should not be intersect any branch of that, any 2 branches. So that is called the planar graph. If you observe that here the planar graph means, it is the planar graph means it indicates the figure A. How is it figure? It only at the point node the branches will be intersect, the rest of there is no intersection. So this is called the planar graph. If we come into the non-planar graph, a graph drawn on a 2-dimensional plane is said to be a planar if the 2 branches intersect or cross at a point which is other than a node, except node where it should be indicated, I mean the intersecting. So this is a non-planar graph. That means if one is a positive, if you say that the planar graph is a positive, then automatically non-planar graph is a negative, quite opposite. So you may understand this. Now we will coming to this, the path and subgraph. What is a path? A set of elements that may be traversed in order without passing through the same node twice. So what is the path actually? This is only a set of elements that may be traversed in order without passing through the same node twice. That means if you will take in this figure, you say that nodes, what are the nodes here? 1, 2, 3 and 4 is there, right? So this is the graph actually, whatever the graph of the paths, you say that 1, 2, what is the path 1? You say 4 to 1. Path 2, yeah, this is the path 2 is the 1 to 3. Path 3, 1 to 2. And path 4, 2 to 4. Path 5, 2 to 3. Path 6, 3 to 4. Shown the figure, just to have to understand this. And you may take the proper subgraphs of the given one. Just to have to take a subgraph. What is a subgraph? Subset of the branches and nodes of a graph. This is called the subgraph. It is a proper subgraph if it contains the branches and the nodes less than those on a graph. A subgraph can be just a node or only one branch of the graph. This is called the subgraph. How many nodes is there? 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes is there. But you take only a subgraph means you used to take only one node connect with the two branches, or one branch connecting with the two nodes. This is called the subgraphs. That means a subset of a branches and the nodes of a graph. This is called the subgraph. It contains only branches and nodes less than those on a graph. That means if you will take a 4 nodes is there in this graph, you need to take 3 nodes. That is a subgraph. 2, 3, 4 is a subgraph, like that. Otherwise 2 nodes will be take 1 and 3. This is also subgraph. So what is the actual meaning? Subgraph means a subgraph can be just a node or only one branch of the graph. This is the subgraph. Now, the tree and the twigs of the graph. What is the tree and what is the twigs of the graph?